And you're looking at Wilson Carl's diary, which,
We'll do the oldest one, which he started 1854, November the 22nd, 1854. And I've got different notes that I've taken, written down.
I noticed
But
that it's written in that kind of ink that you have to dip into, have to dip the ink.
See, I think we've already did this with the Knight family. I think we had this the last time.
Yeah.
And as they go through at several different places, he's mentioned Doc Sitton in 1870, the work that he was doing with him. Worked on the Simmons morning cloudy, commenced raining, and about 10 o'clock misty, broken away. And he mentions this every day in his diary, what the weather was.
Now, see, you have a list of things that you wanted to talk about. There's a weather report daily, and
if we want to jump back a little bit, well, let's see, where did I? Maybe I should go back to when he started out with Amelia Stewart Knight. They left Ohio,
Iowa,
Morrow County, Iowa,
Monroe, Iowa, yeah.
Saturday, April 9th, 1853, with Dr. Joel Knight. They had 3 wagons and 5 different horses. And there was 5 hired hands. They started on the train west. And then they arrived at Milwaukee, Oregon, September the 17th, 1853. Near Milwaukee, Carl drove the second wagon all the way across there. Soon he got a carpenter job there at Milwaukee, and in 1855 he decided that Yamhill County was a place to be. He found a job building a house for Solomon Allen in Amity, and McMinnville College Board heard he was a builder.
Hired him to build.
And he built 2 70-foot wings to Linfield College, the first at First and Cowell Street. And then I've jumped on in May 1853, Wilson Carl and Mary Jane Stout were married. They lived on
1856, you have it there.
56.
Well, that's what it says there, is there?
1856, what did I say, the wrong thing?
53, but, well,
They lived on the Sebastian Adams place south of present-day Carlton. They later purchased the property. Mary Jane became ill. She had blood on her lungs. They sold the farm and moved to Temecula County, California for her health. And then he worked, what my mother told me, he worked a bar for a year and a half there when he went to Morrow County, California, remained there 3 years in Aurora. In April 1862, gold was discovered at that particular area. 1862, the page entry last on 1862 now was a gold town. Then got in 1869, went to place to 1861 on the page. I'm kind of mixed up here because it's in the diary and I kind of took notes. Or shut it off a minute, Trish. I don't
Okay,
know
I'll
what the
shut
hell
it
I'm
off when
doing.
it's on. So, you were talking about Alan, their first child was born
Uh,
in Portland, March 20th of
Are you
1857.
doing that?
Well, I see that what it says, as first child, Alan Willis Carl was born in Portland, March 20th of 1857. Go ahead with the next thing there. Wilson and Mary live on Sebastian Farm, south of present-day Carlton. They later purchased the property, which is where? Where
This
is
is kind
that?
of saying what we already.
What we already went over?
Yeah.
Mary Jane became ill. Yeah. Okay. What is that? Tulum and Mono
Temecula?
County in
Yeah.
California? Okay. And the discovery of gold. My mother, Ida Warner, had a, what does that say right here? A note saying he worked in a bar. Okay, you already went over all of that?
Yeah, this is stuff that
Okay.
Trish, I think we better shut this off.
Okay, you're on.
Why don't
It's
you
on
just
right now.
go ahead and read it?
Oh, well, the weather report, he did a weather report daily, every day worked around the place, went to court, repaired wagons, worked in the blacksmith shop, paid taxes, attended church, camp meetings, hauled timber and grain. I'm not sure what you say there, to the house. He got sick with boil and left hand. Alan hauled rails at age 14. Sick. He was sick.
They were all sick with diarrhea.
Oh. And they went hunting at Nestucca Meadows. Worked at the house. Weather reporting, cutting up salted pork. Worked at the sawmill 4 days. Looked for cows in the hills in Lord's Valley. I remember doing that.
I can't hardly hear
looking
you.
for the cows. Took dinner at
At McCutcheon's house. That's people they ate with that night.
He made a gate.
Made a gate for the barn, for the house, you know, the yard.
Frank Stout's chimney. 3 days he worked on a chimney. These are just notes that you've taken kind of from
Yeah, as I
the
was reading
diary.
through there.
Some of the things that he did that you wanted to talk about. Alan had a runaway plow, and Alan in winter's boots. I don't know about that.
The horses apparently ran away with him and wrecked a plow.
Let's see, it's talking about Alan and Lafayette mail. He took mail, went to Lafayette to get the mail or to take the mail, or,
Yeah, he went after the mail one day, Alan did. And painting the house the same day. Seeded wheat.
and then he fixed a door casing and went up to Nestucca and meet with Simmons
Fishing.
and Greyhorn. Okay. I'm going to turn it off for a second.
May 1870, May the 1st, Sunday attended meeting at North Yam Hill in the forenoon and at Smith Church in the afternoon. Morning cloudy and rainy, wind in the south, day cloud and showers of mist, evenings showery, windy west, not till, and then till threatening more rain. So,
Yeah, it looks like you
see-
have some places marked in here. I noticed one of them was him working in the blacksmith shop, but I don't know if that's something that you wanted to talk about or not. I just worked at the house. Allen School. Paid taxes. I don't want to ruin any of the pages.
This is 1871. In January, went to McMinnville to quarterly meeting, stayed all night at Dodds Stouts, day cloudy, afternoon misty, weather very warm, and for the time of the wind from the south. And then on the 22nd, Sunday, attended quarterly meeting again in McMinnville, day cloudy in the south. It's always got the weather report in there,
Yeah,
but for 3 days he was in
McMinnville.
McMinnville at the county court meeting. Here on the 26th of January 1871, butchered my pork, sold one hog to Solomon's Soul Singer, I think it is, at 6 cents a pound. Morning drizzly all day, evening rain, wind in the south. Then the next day they cut up and salted the pork. And then the weather report again, evening clearing and did at dark began rain, wind from the south with strong breeze. And that
Okay, I'll turn
mills
it off.
that Wilson Carl worked at or bought from McCullough's mill was finishing lumber. Simmons' mill was just lumber. Maud's mill was lumber. Adams' mill, 1870, was lumber. Newby mill, flour mill, Star mill, McMinnville, McCullum mill was lumber. Moore mill was lumber. Wrightingham, I think it is, had lumber also. Adams and Jones mill was lumber. And Nestucca Creek was Jones Ford just below McMinnville City Dam. And Hills School was, H.H. Hanson School was on the old Tillamook Road.
And those are all taken from his diary, or how did you get that list?
Grandma had them written down, Trish.
Your mom, okay. And, oh, okay, she has it in her writing there. And this is a picture of an excerpt that was taken out of Amelia Stewart's diary. It's on the
No,
internet.
this is a different one.
Oh,
This is by a different person.
the story of Amelia Stewart Knight. It's on probably on the web, and this one's also on the web. Has the story of the Oregon Trail ride from Iowa to Oregon.
That goes
Or to
into the
California,
detail
probably.
of the night girl being lost for one day. They left her behind.
Oh.
Wilson Carl was supposed to have been in his wagon, but they left without her. He thought she was with the mother, and she stayed behind and caught up the next day with
Oh dear.
uh,
Well,
with them again.